Welcome to Exam Sale. In this video we will break down the Fortinet NSE6 FortiAuthenticator 6.1 exam syllabus and show exactly what to study and why. You will get a clear plan for each domain and the key skills you must master. Overview of the syllabus and weights. Authentication is the largest domain at 35%, followed by user management at 15%, certificate management at 15%, single sign-on at 15%, introduction and system administration at 10%, and two-factor authentication at 10%. Each domain lists its focus, difficulty, recommended study time, and assessment type so you can prioritize study time effectively. Expect a mix of conceptual questions, scenario-based tasks, and hands-on skills. Authentication is 35% of the exam, rated hard, and the syllabus recommends about 12 hours of focused study with conceptual and scenario-based assessment. You will learn to configure FortiAuthenticator as a Radius server, manage Radius clients and policies, and understand Radius attributes including vendor-specific attributes. You will also master LDAP setup and mapping for user synchronization, configure LDAP proxies and remote servers, and resolve common binding issues. Finally, you will design and prioritize authentication policies, implement time and location-based controls, and monitor and troubleshoot authentication requests. User management accounts for 15%, is medium difficulty, and the recommended study time is about 6 hours with hands-on and conceptual assessment. You will create and manage local user accounts and import users via CSV or structured formats, and synchronize users from remote LDAP and Active Directory. You will manage user groups for granular access and configure administrative roles for delegation. The self-service portal section teaches password reset workflows, token self-registration and activation, portal customization, and notification setup for emails and SMS. Certificate management is 15%, rated hard, and suggests around 8 hours of study with conceptual and scenario-based assessment. You will learn to establish FortiAuthenticator as a root or subordinate certificate authority, create and sign CSRs, and manage CRLs and distribution points. The course covers OCSP settings and using SEP for automated certificate enrollment. You will also configure certificate-based authentication, define user identification from certificate fields, manage trusted CA chains, troubleshoot validation and expiration issues, and export certificates for end-user devices. Single sign-on covers 15% of the exam, is medium difficulty, and recommends about 7 hours of study focused on scenario-based assessment. You will deploy Fortinet single sign-on using collector agents and mobility agents and configure polling and DC agent modes for Windows Active Directory. The SSO topics include integrating FSSO with FortiGate policies, mapping SSO groups, and monitoring sessions. For SAML, you will configure FortiAuthenticator as an identity provider, integrate service providers for SaaS, define assertions and attribute mapping, and exchange metadata and debug authentication flows. Introduction and system administration makes up 10%, is easy, and recommends roughly 4 hours of hands-on and conceptual study. This domain covers initial platform setup including network settings and DNS, managing firmware upgrades and system backups, and implementing high availability for redundancy. You will also learn to monitor system health with dashboards and SNMP, analyze logs for troubleshooting and auditing, and apply basic operational best practices for ongoing maintenance. Two-factor authentication is 10% of the exam, rated medium, and suggests about 5 hours of study with conceptual and scenario-based assessment. You will provision and activate FortiToken mobile licenses and manage the life cycle of physical FortiToken hardware. The syllabus includes configuring email and SMS as secondary factors, assigning and replacing tokens for users, and troubleshooting synchronization and activation errors. Mastering token workflows is essential for securing identities in production environments. Conclusion. Focus first on authentication since it is 35% and the hardest area, then balance time across user management, certificate management, and single sign-on at 15% each, with shorter study sessions for system administration and two-factor authentication. Use a mix of hands-on labs, scenario practice, and conceptual review, and track time against the recommended hours for each domain. Good luck, and study smart for the NSE6 FortiAuthenticator 6.1 exam.